Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, viewers from all over the world through Facebook, YouTube, Live Sports, CSC Broadcasting. Welcome to round 2 of the Greenline Invitational Singles here at the one and only Queanbeyan Bowls Club. Not bowling, Bowls Club. I'm joined by Huxley from Greenline, who is the major sponsor, and Nick Hines, who is the man behind Bowls ACT. Welcome, boys, for round 2.
Good afternoon.
And welcome to you again, Tony Scott. Lovely to be here for this afternoon's action. So we've seen a cracking game in the first match between Harvey McAllister and Flynn O'Shaughnessy. And on to round 2 now. We've got two of the female stars of the region here, with Chloe Morrison, the current emerging Jackaroo, and Talara Edwards, who's one of the absolute top guns in our junior program. And they're going to be battling it out here. This is the second of the trial ends. And we're looking forward to a great contest.
I actually had the privilege of commentating the game, Chloe, when she won the champion singles at Queanbeyan RSL, and one hell of a player, has got a big future, and I just believe she was just chosen in the team to, is it the Oceanic?
That's right, the Oceania Challenge, so going to be played in New Zealand, and Chloe's going to be skipping the triples for that over there with a number of the up-and-coming stars. So really looking forward to seeing her progress and develop and take the opportunities that she's got in our great sport. And for Talara, the up-and-coming young star, she's this will be her last year of junior representation, and she's looking to go to the next level. And this is a great opportunity to do it here today at the Greenline Invitational Singles. So Huxley, you were asking me about these players. That's some of the backstory. Do you like the experience of Chloe Morrison, or do you think in the windy conditions today, Talara might be able to match her with it? Did you watch any of their games after we went off there before?
Oh, I was keeping an eye on the field, yeah, that's for sure. But I don't know. It's a hard one because we saw a big swing in the last game, and it'll really come back to. I think the first couple of ends will give us a good steer on whether Morrison's experience is going to hold or whether Edwards can cause an upset.
Yeah, so pleased to be bringing you the great coverage here today, and really looking forward to seeing these two players in action. You can hear probably in the background there's a bit of noise on. There's all the players are enjoying their lunch, and rightly so. We've had a nice little break. We've had some scones, some jam and cream, and well, I certainly enjoyed that.
So I believe we're getting our first end underway now.
Yes, so the players have shaken hands. Talara Edwards has the mat. Talara using green Drake's Pride Conquest, and Chloe Morrison has the purple and black two-tone Henselite XGs. So the same. It's the same manufacturers and models as what we saw in the first game, but they're going to look a little bit different on the screen. They look really excited for this. Now, before we get kicked off here, Nick Hine here with you, Huxley Wallace from Greenline in commentary. Tony Scott's outside shuffling things around once again. The wind has been playing havoc with us all day. Some great games in the first round of matches. Doug Farr, who I mentioned frequently, got home against Cherie Clomas 25-21. James Reynolds defeated Ruth Moore 25-1. He just handled the conditions absolutely outstanding in Section 4. In Section 3, we saw Harvey McAllister fall to Flynn O'Shaughnessy 25-23. Sharon Steele came over the top to defeat junior champion Toby Penyu 25-22. In Section 2, Chloe Morrison, she kept Mac McLean out for a long time, but Mac ended up winning 25 shots to 14. Talara fell 25 shots to 10 to Richard Henry Lawson. And in Section 1, Dan Hartwell, the men's rookie singles champion, lost to Gary Charker, our 2023 winner, sorry, 25 shots to 18. And James Smith got over Marg Biquetto, 25 shots to 15. So that's all the results as we see Talara Edwards with her second bowl of the game. has just outdrawn Chloe Morrison. So that'll give her lots of confidence at the start here.
Yeah, the viewers online may have a bit of trouble with the colours of the bowls. A bit less difference than the last live stream, but you can see.
Yeah, so Chloe's got the purple ones, as you know.
And it's a green colour, but yes, they're showing up with the reflection on the green. It's a pretty bright day here in Canberra.
It is.
But we'll keep you updated here. Talara Edwards is holding shot. Welcome to you wherever you're watching around Australia and around the world. Plenty of friends jumping on already. Michelle Malzard, Glenn Morton, Catherine Hunt. Welcome to you.
And yes, welcome to everybody who's watching this game of bowls. And we do, as we said, apologise for a couple of things that are out of our control. One is the colour of the bowls that the girls are using, and two is the wind. And that's a great shot by Chloe.
She's just knocked one out, I'd say.
Well, we've seen she's got the power to be doing this, and something we'll see frequently throughout this contest is Chloe Morrison. She's not afraid to play positive, play with weight. And Talara Edwards only had one bowl in the head there, which Chloe has confidently removed now. If Talara's got the run here, she'll be very close to getting that shot back.
And it looks like it's pulling up a bit short.
Just pulled up short there. Our marker, we've got a different marker as well. This is Mandy Stitt, who's a well-regarded
Mandy's confirmed
player, and she's saying it is one shot to Chloe.
So Chloe's holding one. As I said, she's playing the inside of the green, first end of the game. And Chloe is using the purple bowls.
And her final roll has pulled up.
Just, yes. So I still believe she has one.
So marker Mandy, she's got the red paddles here for Chloe, who's wearing the red, and the white paddles for Talara, who is in the blue colours of Queanbeyan RSL Memorial. And we're going to see one red paddle.
She's held up
One red. So Chloe gets us underway. Gets a one on the first end against Talara Edwards. Chloe leads 1-0. And the wind has died down a little bit. It's still pretty strong, but it has died down a little bit. We are doing our best to try and keep the cameras straight for you all.
So some really important games in this section. We did see some first round, some players have had first round losses. They're going to need to make amends, and so for both these players, for Chloe here and Talara, they'll be looking to make amends. So Chloe, we see that forehand out there.
And it's gone into the ditch on the first run.
Yeah,
it's popped into the ditch. So very important game here on the stream. If you go onto results.bowlslink.com.au or download the Bowls Now app, there is all the games on. Now have the results in, and you can see that the round 2 matches. So Sharon Steele, who was on the rink next door, she's playing Flynn O'Shaughnessy in a game that could determine Harvey McAllister's future, because Harvey is going to require a win from Sharon Steele to have some pressure put on Flynn O'Shaughnessy.
So both. Sorry, go ahead, Nick. Yeah.
So Harvey's playing Toby Penny. So the 2 first round winners are playing the 2 first round losers in that section. So that's going to be an exciting one. In this section, as we say, once again, we've got the two first round losers are playing one another. In section 1, we're going to see James Smith against Daniel Hartwell. Now, Daniel Hartwell, the men's rookie singles champion, really gave a good run to Gary Charker, last year's winner. So he'll be looking to continue along strongly. You see Talara, those little bowls of hers have been...
They'll be copping a hiding, those little things out there.
Yeah, size 1. Probably going to get knocked about a little bit more.
It looks like Chloe's gone fairly long on this one.
Yeah, it's a decent sized length. I mean, going into the teeth of the wind is...
I think that's a tactic that she's using with the power that she's got.
And maybe because of the size of Talara's bowls, that she's probably going to go longer. Because obviously, if you've got a smaller set of bowls over a shorter distance, it's going to be a little bit easier to be able to control, especially in these conditions. But before we go any further, let me just comment of how much Chloe Morrison's delivery looks like Kelsey Cottrell. very, very, very similar. Matter of fact, if you didn't know, you'd think that's who's delivering the bowl. So it's very similar, the stance, the way she lets it go.
Yeah, I think, Kelsey Cottrell's obviously been an inspiration to a lot of female players.
Absolutely.
And a lot of male players who would aspire to go half as good as her.
And a good person to boot.
And as we see, Chloe chasing this one, wanted to get a clear raid under the greens, and now wants it to stop.
And it will. So good bowls by Chloe, holding a 3.
So 3 shots. So Talara had the first 2 short, and then just ran on a little bit, but she'll back herself to correct here.
She stays on the backhand with those little bowls. Down she comes. Now she's given enough air. Still going to be a tad short. Now, I know Talara, I was speaking to her at the end of the first game. She lost her first game 25-10 and is looking to make amends, looking to go a bit better in this match. So I believe that's probably 2 to Chloe, maybe 3 to Chloe by the looks of things.
Yeah, so Mark Mandy has
Andy's
3.
given us 3.
Yep.
3, so it's a 4-0 lead to Chloe Morrison after 2 ends, first to 25, as we know. And she gets off to a pretty good start and a pretty confident start. So for our viewers out there, Chloe's using the purple bowls and Talara is using the green bowls. I know they're a bit hard to tell.
And we've seen Chloe immediately, she's taken the mat all the way back to the tee, and she's rolled all the way to the other tee. So we're going full ditch-to-ditch length here, which we didn't see in the first game. Neither player attempted it. But
they are with the wind in this one too, so that may factor into that.
Yeah, well, it's a real skill. We see lots of players who can control the game by controlling the length of the end. And in singles format, it's absolutely crucial as we see Chloe lose her first bowl again.
There we go. It's just a bit delayed, but we've got him now.
That's a good view there.
That's better.
Thank you, Tony.
No worries. No worries.
Talara rolls.
So we're seeing, you can see a couple of wild bowls coming on to our rink from next door. So Mac McLean has gone whack, and the Jack has gone to about Queanbeyan RSL Bowling Club. As we see Talara draw a nice shot there with her first.
Good starter from Talara.
Chloe straight on with another roll.
Yeah, so Chloe, and I did say I'd give you a bit more backstory for this game. So she's been absolutely dominant this year in the singles format. She has won the club singles at Vikings, which is her club, which is one of the biggest clubs in the region. Not only has she won the club singles, she won the ACT State Championship singles and will be the representative at the Australian Championships coming up later this year at Broadbeach. And she's also the winner of the Australian Champion of Champion singles for the ACT. And if that wasn't enough, she won the ACT indoor singles as well.
Wow.
So in the singles format, she has been almost unbeatable this year.
So where is your indoor around here?
Well, we don't actually have an indoor just quite yet, which is why we've got Huxley Wallace here. He's going to build us one for a very good price. So the rules of that competition state that if there isn't a covered green,
play on the same surface,
then it has to be on a synthetic surface.
Correct.
So, if it can't be an indoor green, then it has to be a covered green. If it can't be a covered green, then it has to be a synthetic green. As we see, Chloe has just donked two on at absolute maximum length.
And you said she was she's had a fair run in singles this year, Nick. Obviously with those stats, that would give her a hell of a lot of confidence, and especially going to take it up to the next level in the next tier. And we did mention she just got picked up in one of the Australian sides for the Oceanic Challenge, I believe it's called.
Oceania Challenge, yes, that's correct. Yep. So,
and good luck to her, and she thoroughly deserves it.
Yeah, and I think it's a great test for Talara here to see how she goes against a player of this calibre. You know, for Talara, she's gone and risen quickly through the junior ranks and is very well regarded around around the ACT, around the region, around the country as well. She's won some good events in school bowls and in junior bowls. But to go to the next level against a player of Chloe Morrison's capability is going to be a real test for her. And she's 3 down here again, and it'll just be a guide to her mindset and her temperament as to how hard she fights here. But
she's playing the ditch side of the green. She's given it a fair bit of air, and we do know that she's using small bowls, so the chances are she should get back to the centre line if she's got good weight. And she's probably just going to be a tad too quick.
Well, maybe just a little bit of both there, tad high and a tad quick, but they're very good efforts. This is full distance. This will be on this green. That's 36, 37 metres thereabouts.
Correct.
So it's a big distance.
Chloe gets a 2. So jumps out to a 6-0 lead. And as we can appreciate, very trying conditions here at Queanbeyan Bowls Club.
Well, he's pulled up the length of that one a bit shorter.
She has.
Yeah, still a long length though, and I think that'll be clear clear to see what her tactics are early in this contest. Now, Huxley, for those that weren't on before, tell us about Greenline and tell us about the services that you provide to sporting clubs, to schools, and what opportunities are available for bowls clubs to engage with the great Greenline company.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. So Greenline's a custom builder, and we specialise in outdoor sports roofs. So we do a lot in the bowl space, do a lot with schools, netball and basketball clubs, that sort of thing, that are looking to create an all-weather playing surface outdoors. And what we see in the bowl space is that clubs that have a roof create that 12-month season. They can play anytime, any weather. Obviously, it pairs great with a synthetic surface. It keeps it from getting too hot in summer, and it keeps it dry in winter. So we're very glad to be supporting Bowls ACT today, and glad that we could be here and show our support.
And Greenline is, of course, partners with the Bowls Victoria as well.
Correct, yes.
And have been builders of a couple of prominent clubs around the country, including, you were saying, Narrawarren in Victoria, and Lightning Ridge and Burke in New South Wales.
Correct, yeah, and we're working on the Halakalani Bowling Club with Mounties right at the moment. So, yeah, we're starting to get a bit of a track record, and we're talking to a few in this area, and we're talking to a few more in other states, and
wow,
we're looking forward to partnering with a few more clubs.
Well, isn't it good? That's great news. It keeps people out of the sun, mate. The Cancer Council will be very, very happy. It lets bowls be played 24/7, and in a positive side, it's a bowls coordinator's nightmare because I'll never get a day off but get washed out.
Yes, well, it's a good problem to have, though, isn't it, really? As you see, Chloe's just going to run past here. So Talara, once again, into the breeze here, has just struggled to find the length.
Yeah.
Although Chloe's been a little bit loose too this end, so there's a chance here for Talara to add one in there.
Just persist on that same side of the green. She's playing the inside, the ditch side of the green predominantly since the game started. Probably not just taken enough grass with those tiny little bowls. Maybe her coach might indicate to her, try and hold the biggest size you can. Bowls, biggest size of bowls you can. 2 or 3, which I think most ladies opt for. And I know a lot of guys now are actually dropping sizes, but you did mention Harvey uses size 5s this morning.
Yeah, he only went up recently as well. So look, it's whatever suits you best. But I know that you're certainly better off having something that you can hold on to and that you can control. But the bigger sizes are certainly favoured wherever possible, and
they definitely are on an artificial blend, there's no doubt about it. Especially when it's running as quick as this in trying conditions. And Chloe Morrison looks like she's going to draw another one, so this looks like it could be 3. I don't think her back one counts. If we just have a bit of a look.
Yeah.
No, look, it may do, but at this stage, we'll give Talara every opportunity to draw one. Now, this one looks...
Well, she's got a better track, but I'm not sure that the weight's going to be there again.
I don't think so. She may cut one out.
She may cut one out.
I think she has.
The measure.
So our mark will indicate probably 2. Looks like it's 2 from here. on the Asian team scoreboard and the Greenline scoreboard here at Queanbeyan Bowls Club. Chloe Morrison holding a 6-0 lead, first to 25. And as you said, Chloe lost her first game to Mac, wasn't it? But you give him one hell of a run, is that correct?
Well, kept him out there for a long, long time and made him work very hard to to get it. And look, this is, I mean, we've all played in games, whether you're an elite player, whether you're a club player, or whether you're a social player, where you might feel as though you're perhaps not at your best and or being outclassed. And my advice has always been to players in those situations is make them work hard, make your opponent beat you. Don't give up. Make sure that you keep at it, and that's what Talara has done here.
Oh, it's a 3.
Oh, it is 3.
It is 3. So Chloe jumps out to a 9-0 lead. What we need to just flip our cameras over. So a 9-0 lead. So we need Talara just to settle down. I think a bit more Spinnaker with those size. What do you say they were? Ones.
Size 1s, she tells me.
Size 1s. A little bit more grass. A little bit more weight. Just keep Chloe honest. Keep in the game.
I was having a chat to Harvey McAllister after our last game, and of course that end we just saw was playing into the wind, and he was saying that when you play a 4, it wouldn't swing in much, and when you were playing a backhand, it would really swing because the wind's coming around the corner of the building, as we were saying. So it's interesting that Chloe's getting pushed around a bit, I think, and that's that's contributing to that looser end that we just saw.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we just said, like the smaller set of bowls they're on a hiding to nothing, on a extremely quick surface in really, really windy conditions.
Yes, well, it's
just makes your concentration levels, mate. It's got to be that little bit.
See Talara rolling.
So I've just said that, and thank you. Do drop a comment where you're watching, or let us know who you're cheering for. Kay Granger watching from South Australia. Dave Harris telling us that Chloe also skipped the winning 4s and triples at Vikings and is in the final of the club pairs.
What?
So she's going for the sweep.
Wow.
Winners win, eh?
And winners win. And of course, lots of people who are watching. Dylan Edwards, Jason Dukes, welcome. I know Dylan, who's involved doing the greens at Queanbeyan RSL, and is.
Is he the guy that won Greenkeeper of the Year?
He's the apprentice of the guy that won Greenkeeper of the Year.
I can understand why. Those greens were sensational. They were magnificent.
Coddy Martin watching on. G'day to you, Coddy, and g'day to everybody wherever you are. It's Nick Hine, Tony Scott and Huxley Wallace here with you at Queanbeyan Bowls Club as we see Talara Edwards looking to reach down. Oh, there goes another sign.
Is it mine?
Yes.
I think it was your sign.
Yes,
yeah.
it's ours again. I've told Boyd a few times that it's almost taken off across the green, but I got a bit daring to put it out again and thought the wind had died down, but...
Chloe had a bit much. Talara had a bit much on that one, and it's gone through to the ditch.
She did. So there's a bit of debris blowing across the green as I see some of the players stopping and picking it up.
Yeah, that A-frame might be better off inside next to the commentary position here, Tony.
I think it might be just in the doorway, mate. I might have to go and get it again.
So we see Chloe's persisting on this backhand here. She's got closer with each and every bowl. And this will be number 1. So really asserting her class and her dominance here. We know that she's had a tremendous year. And for Talara Edwards, a real challenge to go with somebody at this level. She's a bit closer this time, Huxley.
Yeah, she looks like... I did notice she switched from 4s to backhands and seems to be finding her length a little better. That's taken one out of the contest.
Yeah, at least one out. So Chloe holding 2, we believe.
Chloe's going to be very hard to beat on this one, though. It's on path to pulls up short.
Yeah, well, there's still an opportunity here for Talara. Just nice, easy backhand draw. She's got nothing to run into out there. so they can play it with confidence.
Looks like that's what she's going for, but we'll just have to keep an eye on the length of that one.
Well, she goes the trip here, Huxley. She'll be very, very close to number one.
I like the line.
Can she go the trip?
I like that.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
That might be a measure. It's a bit hard to see on the camera.
From over my shoulder, I do like the one of Chloe's there, but yeah, and she is going to claim one. And Talara has conceded. So one shot it is, 10 shots to nil.
Well done to Talara to take that from 3 to 1. So that was a great last bowl there.
Yeah, she's showing that she's got plenty of ability, Talara. But when you're against a player of this calibre, and Chloe knows that if she's going to get out of this section, she needs results to go her way. But she also needs to account for a negative 11 margin in the first game against Mac McLean. So not only does she need Mac to get beaten, but a big score here, if you can rattle up a big score, pardon me, against Talara Edwards, that will go a long way to helping her chances of being a semi-finalist tomorrow.
And a little shout out to Mac from Agent Team, who is the other sponsor.
Yes, so Mac McLean, of course, one of the agents here. They've given him the weekend off selling houses to come and play bowls, and we're very pleased to Steve and the agent team, real estate, for their partnership with Bowls ACT. They've been our live streaming partners since the very first event, and we do really appreciate what they do to help us out. So all the details just came up on the screen there, and
They did.
they'll be coming up again as we scroll through.
So some good track there by Talara. So still staying on that ditch side of the green. She's persevering with that. So found the line. Just got a little bit of more weight, just to try and make Chloe earn those shots. Now Chloe's staying on the inside of the green and probably played one of her more loose bowls that I've seen from the couple of events I've watched her play.
Well, what we heard after that first game, and speaking to Harvey and to Flynn, was the forehand coming in this direction on the left-hand side of your screen was really, really challenging. It was hard for players to have any trust that the bowl was going to turn back.
Yep.
And then we've seen Chloe's played one on a too tight line, and it's cut across the head really significantly. So
even though Talara's played 2 bowls there, they're short. If I was Talara, I would take the positives out of that. That's just a calibration situation that you can fix. You've played 2 that are a similar line. All you got to do is just that little bit of extra weight. So the positive is that you've played the same line in trying conditions. Just try and put a little bit more weight on them.
Chloe's chasing that one down.
Always
She
take
likes
the
it.
positive. Good shot, Chloe. So here's your opportunity. Don't change your line much. You're just looking for that 2 or 3 metres of weight.
yeah, and really easy. Lots of players would probably throw the toys out of the cot and change hands and the like. But we've seen that she's played 2 on the right track, and it's just getting into this
It is.
that headwind.
It's going to drop short again, which is unfortunate, but we take the positives out of it. 3 on the same line. And if I can just probably offer some advice, don't stand up as quick. Standing up very quick after a delivery, especially in this wind, just stay down. Every sport, one thing about every sport in the world, ladies and gentlemen, it always has one common thing. It doesn't matter if it's hockey, squash, tennis, boxing, or even the PlayStation, and it's called follow-through. Every sport has a follow-through. Bowls is no exception.
How do you follow through on a PlayStation? I won't ask. No, I don't answer that.
Haven't you watched those people going like this, mate? There's plenty of them around. But all sports have a follow-through.
So Chloe here on another good track.
Good bowl.
Just going to slide past.
Once again, we see that end's a lot looser than the other end. So
Yeah, if we could have them all just playing in one direction today, then we probably would have seen a slightly higher standard on the stream. It's no knock on the players.
Not at all.
It's just that this is particularly trying conditions out there. So we're hopeful that the wind will continue to ease. The flag isn't flying quite as directly as it was.
We need a little windsock on there just inside the stream so we can keep tabs on the wind. But we've got the flag to act for that.
And unfortunately there for Talara. She's played 4 bowls that are very, very short. I think her body language might be telling a bit of a story at the moment. It's extremely hard out there, extremely hard. So our markers indicated it's 2. So it gives Chloe off to a 12-0 start. But just be tenacious, just start again, just concentrate. You know you found your line, I can't say that I've seen Talara have many bowls past the jack since the game started, but just try and find that little bit of extra weight. Once again, best bowls are played behind an inch of glass, so it's easy for us to say. We're all sitting inside, but just that little bit of concentration, just reset, shut down and retool. So Chloe gets us underway. And weight's not too bad, but like you said, played that inside of that green. And it's extremely difficult. You're very quiet, boys.
Well, I'm just conscious that it's been a big start here from Chloe, and I mean she's had it all her own way, despite bar a couple of really nice ones from Talara. So
Talara's pulled that
good
up
shot,
nicely.
Talara. That's a very good. That's a better starter. It'll give you a little bit of confidence.
It's a good sign.
Played the same side of the green again.
She must have been listening to you about the follow through, because I saw her follow that one down
Stand by it, mate.
down the green a bit.
Stand by it.
And Chloe's pulled up short, but look at that. This is an opportunity for Talara.
Well, it's amazing what a little bit of pressure does. And we saw it in the first game. We see it every time when we're playing bowls, that the pressure of the first bowl, if you can nail it with the first one, particularly in the singles format, it makes the opposition have to second guess and really question themselves.
Now she's played another good one, Talara.
I think she's
too.
going to be pretty close again here, yes, Tony?
I like that line a lot. Just don't knock the other one.
Spoke about the positives with her line on the last end, and obviously that's happened. And then now,
The game's not over. The game's not over
not
until
at all.
Until
Not until you get to 25, mate. That's when the game's over. I'm sure we've all been part of games where you've seen people come from the clouds and come from nowhere. And this is
Chloe might have just. Oh, it's got a bit on it. Talara stayed in there.
she's holding 2. And a little bit of a confidence booster, especially if she can play a good one here.
Your comment about they're all pulling up short on the last end, Tony. One thing I will say, she seems to be able to find a line and stick to it. So now she's got the length right. I think she's on a good thing here.
Well, she's had the line a couple of times. Just notice that she's played the same line, and it was just a calibration situation. Get them centred.
This is good.
And she's played 3 bowls
This
in
is
this
great.
condition. That's much, much better.
Well, what that bowl does too is it means that Chloe can't just go and get rid of and bash the 2 out at the back there. So currently holding 3. Chloe's only got, maybe a foot and a half to draw here. So real touch bowl.
Gone a bit narrow too, I think, mate.
Is she aiming to knock the close one of Talara's out?
Now, here's a situation where Talara Edwards has the chance,
To pick
after
up a-
being under all sorts of pressure, to make a 4 and to get back in the game. And it changes a lot. It's the confidence that it's going to give you to pick up a maximum, even though you're still behind. But you've picked up a maximum. You've found the line. You've played the same side of the green every end. And you now have the opportunity to get 4 from 4 against a very, very capable and talented player. And she is very close.
It's going to be a measure on that, I think.
Yeah, well, it's a 3 and a look. And, no, Chloe's kicked it out. So she's going to surrender 4.
It's 4.
It's 4. Mandy's confirmed. 4 to the white.
So 4 shots to Lara Edwards, 12 Chloe Morrison. So, I mean, it's not every day that you can say that you've picked up a 4 against a great player like Chloe.
Absolutely.
And while she was a bit loose in that end, Talara has taken advantage of it. And that's what we've seen that players have to do in this competition. Take advantage of your opponent's mistakes. We saw in the last game there was a couple of small blunders from both Harvey and Flynn, and it was Flynn who just got the luck at the right time.
And it looks like Talara shortened it up a little, which might play into her favour here as well.
Yeah, so clearly she's thought about what what's been happening. Now, let's see if she can make the correct adjustments here and plonk one close, heading in the northern direction.
I think she has.
Liking the line.
And that's not a bad starter on a shorter end.
Well, she's got one past the jack now.
She has. She has.
And that's been one of the challenges for her, particularly in this direction early into the headwind. And we'll see how Chloe can adjust too, because Chloe's been favouring the full length.
She has. And this one's not a bad starter from Chloe Morrison.
I think, yeah, that's
Very good start.
Very good.
Very, very good start. Now that may force Talara Edwards onto her forehand, which I think she is changing over. And we did speak before that it has been a very difficult side of the green to play. And just that, I think it's probably one of the, if not the first, second or third bowl she's actually only played on this hand. And hasn't played it too bad.
We'll give it a chance. You know,
Gave
we've seen the last few ends that being short hasn't been. Well, as we know, 100% of short putts don't go in. It's the same with bowls. It's very hard to get shot if you're short all the time.
So Chloe Morrison holding one, up 12-4, drawing for a second. And that will count. That is two. Still plenty of room for Talara just to get a second to keep that, keep it minimal. Her first bowl wasn't too bad. It's probably just over by a yard. And she's played a tighter line again, maybe just a little bit too tight, I think, with those size ones. But predominantly, I think 80% of the bowls in the game, she's played on the ditch side of the green.
I've got to wait right that time.
She did. Probably just a tad short.
I reckon that's probably second shot too.
You're close.
Tony. So, yeah, while it's not...
Yeah, I'd back that. Looking out the window here, we've got a better view than the camera gives us.
So, ladies and gentlemen, round two of the sectional play of the Greenline Invitational Singles here in the Australian Capital Territory, Queanbeyan Bowls Club.
Well, we're just over the border. This is New South Wales.
So it's not the Australian Capital Territory?
No, we're just over the border in New South Wales.
Give me a geography lesson. So what's the game? It's the Bowls ACT Queanbeyan Greenline Invitational Singles in New South Wales. Is that right, Nick?
We're a cross-border organisation, you know, and a growing cross-border capital sporting region is who we're looking after. And no, look, that's true. So, I mean, geographically, it makes sense for a lot of clubs that are located in New South Wales to play in the ACT competition. We've got a lot of great clubs and a lot of great players in the region. As we see a lot of great bowlers too, like Chloe Morrison here, going to add on.
Good shot.
Well, it's a touch of it. I don't think it's gone far enough to get the back one in.
That's two, and Chloe's indicated two.
Two.
So we do see that same situation, Nick, up in the Northern Rivers. I believe there's South Tweed playing the New South Wales competition.
And Tweed heads in Queensland and vice versa, and also at Albury. So there's some clubs in Albury that play in the Victorian competition and the like. I play against in my
Kingscliff and Pottsville and those sort of places.
Yeah, well, they're all in New South Wales competition. But in my area, for example, I play for Jindabyne, and one of our opponents is Malakuta in beautiful Victoria.
Malakuta, how far away is it from Jindabyne?
3.5 hours on the bus. Thank you very much. It's a good bus trip. To Malakuta. They're not in our grade any longer, sadly, so we don't have the big trip down there, but we've had some very good times at Malakuta. They're just a little club that had a tough run. They had the bushfires in 2019-20 that summer.
Wow, yes.
Really knocked them about. But no, look, great to be here at Queanbeyan, and as we see immediately, another toucher from Chloe.
And gone to the minimum length again. Not quite minimum length, but shorter.
It'll be close, though, but she's gone away from full length to very, very short. So
very short.
She's really testing Talara Edwards out here.
Yep. And not a bad
It's
bowl.
a good bowl from Talara, maybe a bit too much on it.
Just a little bit. Not too bad. As you can see, there's a bit of glare out there, so it is absolutely a beautiful day. There's sun shining, blowing a gale. It's apart from the breeze, it'd be beautiful conditions to play bowls on a very true surface by the looks of things here at Queanbeyan Bowls Club. Another good bowl by Chloe Morrison.
Yeah, so this is one of the very well regarded synthetic services around the region that KCL Sports installed, and I know that they do a lot of clubs up your way, Tony. KCL. And they probably work with you guys too at Greenline.
We've never
shot.
contracted with them, but yes, we know that they'll often
Great
do
ball.
surfaces under structures once they're done. That's often the way it's done. A conversion after the roof is going up is often the way to do it. So,
Yep, and we've seen Talara has drawn number 1. And Chloe's on the attack here.
She certainly is, but I think she's just gone a bit narrow. But she's made her intentions clear. Sit the green out and stay for 3.
Yeah, shown her colours, and I think Talara now, give that green bowl a friend.
Even if she just beats the wide one and gets 3rd shot, it's going to change the thought pattern of Chloe.
G'day to all our viewers, wherever you're watching. I'm seeing plenty of friendly names coming through. Carol Zimmock, Scott Dagwell, Robin Corby, all great members of Bowls ACT tuning in, watching the action here from Queanbeyan Bowls Club. Just parked up in front. It probably would have been all right had it been the other side of the hill there, Tony Scott, but on the backhand side, it's not really getting in the way.
No, it's not.
Of the shot Chloe's going to be looking to play. But we've seen Tricky to be playing those yard over shots, but Chloe Morrison has the class. She's going a bit bigger this time.
Attack.
And got it. No,
got her own.
Got her own.
She's got her own.
She's opened it right up for Chloe to actually take out.
Well, Talara now has a chance of taking out that wing bowl there at 9 o'clock.
Yep.
Doesn't look like that's what she's going for.
Just has to get inside that to count. Even if she moves the jack, she could bring the back one in. Just got to beat the front one on the draw.
Doesn't look like it's got the length, but
Little slide, maybe.
It's going to be close.
it's very close.
Going to be very close.
See if Chloe concedes 2.
I think it is.
She
She's
does.
conceded 2.
Having a look at a third here.
Looking at a 3rd.
I'll tell you what, the 3rd one is close.
When you look out the window, you get a
You do. It's a
much
different
better
perception.
appreciation of it.
Well, there was a shot that
I think they're out with a tape measure. That's how close it is.
there was a shot there, and it probably speaks to the confidence of Talara Edwards at the moment. There was a shot there to take out that bowl of Chloe Morrison's, which has been measured on the left-hand side of your screen. But
We've confirmed a 2.
So it's just 2.
she played the draw rather than the drive. And look, with most juniors, that is their number 1 go. It's their most predominant shot. It's where you play 95% of your bowls. And Talara backing herself there. But look, she's made a creditable comeback here to go from 12-0 down to now 14-6.
Well, she outscored a 6-2.
She'd have to take a lot of confidence there from
100%.
staying in the.
Yeah, and if she can win an end going this way, that'll be really important. You know, she's won the last 2 ends going
With the wind.
Going with the wind to the south. Wind coming out of the northwest or northwest today. This green doesn't run quite north-south.
You just look at the wind there. If you're looking behind the bowlers, the hair's blowing across the place. And there's things blowing across the green. It's hard conditions, but
Well, we'll see tomorrow.
what's the prediction, mate?
Well, tomorrow, look, it is windy, and I do feel the Bowls ACT president, Di Marquette, she's gone to get her hair done in advance of marking the final tomorrow, and I don't know that it's going to be doing her many advantages. The hair might all be blown away.
Well, I hope she's wearing a hat or it's not a beehive, because she could be in all sorts of trouble if this wind's the same as that.
So thank you to Di, and thank you to all our volunteers. We're absolutely blessed in the ACTs. We are across the country with the volunteers that support this game. Our marquee, Mandy Stitt.
And let me give a shout out to the old school lunch. It was like being back in Tassie, back in the 90s, the salad roll and the cup of coffee and the volunteers in the kitchen.
You didn't have a scone, did you?
Not yet, but I've been offered a few, and I'm going to take them up on their offer. Don't you worry.
So yes, the
well done, girls. Done a great job. Great
scones
job.
with jam and cream. And Talara Edwards draws a second,
2 good bowls, Talara.
and she's just starting to perhaps threaten a little bit here.
And once again, Nick, predominantly on that ditch side of the green. And we've spoken about it being a little bit easier if there is such a thing on this surface. But not a bad reply from Chloe.
Well,
Chloe.
I think that will be the shot.
Yeah, she wanted that to get back to the line, though, to stop any chance of Talara promoting with green onto green there.
But yeah, she's persevering with that side of the green. That's what's kept her in the game.
She'll keep at it on the backhand.
Yep.
But yeah, she can afford to play a little bit narrow now. Any contact on her green bowl,
And,
particularly the second one.
Right idea. Just a bowl wide, bowl
idea.
tight.
Yep.
Just a bowl tight.
She's got one more to pull it off.
She has.
What's Chloe's answer?
This is the view from behind it. This is what the girls are looking at. Chloe's staying on there.
Chloe's wanting it to turn, but I don't think the wind's favouring her today.
She doesn't seem very happy with it. In it comes.
Well, it's probably not a bad home in the end. I mean, if Talara does play that same sort of weight, there is a chance that, green onto the jack and the jack can move back.
True.
There's...
Let's see
A
what
catch
she
is
does.
rarely going to be massively detrimental to your...
So I dare say she's definitely a bowl wider. There's no doubt about that. Has she got the weight just to get a turn?
She's
She's almost played the same shot.
Yeah, just the weight was off there.
Just the weight was off.
That was Jack high draw weight and wanted to be really finishing through with weight to Chloe's last bowl at the back there.
Are we confident enough to say that Chloe's holding one?
Yes.
Okay, so it looks like Chloe Morrison holding one. Open hand on the inside of the green being her forehand. Just gets a turn, rests on her own, gets a turn out of her own, and she'll make two. At 14-6, did lead 12-0, and now
she's
Talara has
gone.
picked up 6 shots to Chloe's 2. Doesn't look like it's too bad.
Well,
What's
she's
the
asking,
weight like?
asking for it to hold on because she doesn't want to get down to Talara's and turn that
Great
in.
shot.
And she's done. She's done what she was aiming for just
That's a
before.
great bowl. Absolutely. Absolutely, Huxley's spot on. So that's 2 to Chloe, and that'll take the 16-6.
Manny confirms the numbers.
She confirms it. 16-6, Chloe Morrison over to Lara Edwards in round 2 of the sectional play in day 1 of the Greenline Invitational Singles here at Queanbeyan Bowls Club in extremely trying conditions. No rain,
Just
no
wind.
snow, just plenty of wind. And it ain't even hot here, Huxley.
No,
That's
it's
coming from
not.
us.
That's not. No, we've got the best view because, as you say, we're behind that glass.
And that's, as we say, mate, that's where the best bowls are played, behind the 2 inches of glass. Well, 1 inch.
Chloe looks to be setting up long again, not the full length like last time, but
She's taken the mat back.
Longer.
And what she's doing is she's creating doubt in her opposition's mind. She may be playing the same length every end, but the mat's at a different place and the jack's at a different place. And it just creates that element of doubt in the opposition's mind.
ooh, she was very close to having another toucher on the first go. But this is where you'd see her experience come into play
Absolutely.
in that she can find her length quickly, and whereas Talara
Yes.
seems to take a couple more rolls
And
to
is
get her
only
length,
young
yeah.
and, is only just making, starting to ply her trade in the sport where Chloe's...
but
not
I
for-
like
not-
the length on that one.
Not old herself, of course, but in a good bowl to Lara and falls against the bias. But has been around and been amongst the thick of it and up against the big players and is now is a pathway jackaroo and has just been picked to go to playing the Oceanic Challenge, I think, the Oceanic Series for Australia. So well done to her.
And Talara will have to take a lot of... she'd get a lot of experience in playing against someone
Of
who is so
course.
good.
Yep, no doubt about that. And she doesn't look happy with that. One thing I have noticed is when Chloe is playing that ditch side of the green, she's been narrow. She's predominantly, she's gone for a walk. She's not very happy with that at all.
She doesn't like it, no.
Yeah, as you can see her on the back of the green there. She's turned her back and she's gone for a walk. As Talara steps on the mat, once again, 90% of her bowls have been played on the ditch side of the green, and it's showing that she is starting to find consistency.
Yeah, I don't think the line's quite as good as the first one, but she can still beat Chloe on that roll.
So Chloe's on the mat now. Stays on that hand. Let's it
See
go.
if she's got a bit more width on that. She's got to be happy with that. It's coming right in towards the jack now.
Might be under,
And it's a
actually.
toucher.
It is.
That's knocked it away from Talara, might still have it. It's a bit difficult to see from the window which one's closer.
It is.
Talara looks to have adjusted her line slightly.
How's this one look? It doesn't look too bad, actually.
I think she's made the right adjustment to her line because she'll come in between her and Chloe.
And she'll probably sit on that for shot, which I think
That's
she
a
will.
great shot.
Lovely
That is a
boss.
great
So
shot.
well played. So that's one down, maybe two. I think it is only one. What's our marker indicate? She's indicated two.
No, just one.
Was it?
Just the one.
I
I think
it was
it's
two
just the one.
fingers. Need new glasses, I do. Chloe Morrison.
I'm looking around the esky, so it's a little bit tricky.
Okay, so it is only one shot to Talara Edwards. Chloe. Plenty to sit on here to
What's
score.
Chloe's play? Is she trying to knock Talara out?
He's close. And
Mark
has.
on
And
that.
she has.
Yeah.
That's a great shot.
Tit for tat stuff here between the girls. Talara Edwards has found another gear here, and
Between the champ and the up-and-comer.
we'll see if she can repeat the dose. Oh, it doesn't want to have left it short, and I think she has.
Yeah, it doesn't have the weight on it.
So a good conversion from Chloe Morrison after being one down, looking at 16-7, has turned it into two to go to an 18-6 lead in round two of the sectional play of the Greenline Invitational singles. And is it two?
2. Mandy's confirmed 2.
It is two. So 18-6, Chloe Morrison leads in our second round match.
Now, Tony, you've played the game for probably longer than both these girls have been alive put together.
Yeah, thanks.
How do you respond when you're in a contest where you're down by a margin of this calibre? Is there something that you've done or that you can advise players when they're playing? What tactics can you use to change things up?
Try and keep calm is one thing. If I can offer any advice, like in my best days of playing are well and truly behind me, but as a coach, if I could say that trying to keep calm and keep your presence and try not to let your body language change, which is, especially with a lot of younger people in the game now, that is something that's very hard. But if you can just keep the same demeanour and just remember, reset. If you're doing something wrong, I know it's easy to say, Nick, but if you're short, throw it harder. If you're wide, throw it tighter. If you're tight, throw it wider. If you're heavy, throw it softer. I mean,
it's a simple game, isn't it?
Simple game, yeah, absolutely. But
we've seen, some loose bowls here at the start, and Chloe's gone back to that full length. And I suppose one of the things that I've said in my time in the sport, and I can certainly encourage for anybody who's playing or for these players, singles, it's very, very hard because you don't have somebody with you to identify when things aren't working and to make help you make better decisions.
Correct.
So even just taking a moment, take a step back, take a bathroom break, go and have a glass of water or wash your hands or do whatever it might be. Something to get away from it just for a moment, because when you come back.
Absolutely, Nick. I'll tell you, I tell this story quite often. It's just a quick one. I remember marking a game of singles at my bowling club, Raymond Terrace, back in the day, and there was a gentleman who'd won our major singles on numerous occasions, but was notorious for doing what you said, going and getting the glass of water, going to the toilet, whatever. So he played against another guy who was new to our area, who was the champion that year in the end. So what happened is the reigning guy, who used to go to the toilet all the time, rolled the jack on the first end, put his first bowl down. The guy who's his opposition put his bowl on the mat and walked up and looked at the head. No word of a lie. And that's how he dealt with the situation of the other guy wandering off and doing things all the time. And it never happened again, hence to say he went on to become the champion. I'm not saying I condone that sort of stuff, but that's what he did to keep calm.
Yeah, and I suppose that's what it comes down to, isn't it? Is what keeps you calm.
What keeps you calm, exactly.
Even if you offer to go and buy your opponent a beer or something like that, just get away from it for a moment and give yourself a mental break.
Exactly, and it's just about, I mean, you all know, everyone who finds himself in these positions, they know what shot to play. They know how to play it. Well, what they've got to do is it's their demeanour, and you've just got to keep yourself calm. That's all you can do.
Well, the situation's changed a little bit here. So Talara's front bowl is in for probably shot, really, at the moment. And that green bowl that's just coming to view at the back of the screen there.
I reckon that is the shot.
That could be two. And the back one's perhaps shot you favour too, Tony.
I think so. Well, it's definitely two, I think. But
I think she's got the two, yeah.
If you speak to, I know in a team game, singles is a bit different, but in a team game, if you speak to some of the best players in the business, they'll tell you that a good skipper only has to play 3 bowls a game. That's the way he directs and conducts his side that gets him over the line. And I'm talking about the people like Aaron Sheriff and Ali Forsyth and those sort of guys, Ryan Besters. They'll tell you that. The way you conduct your team and you get the best out of them mentally is going to control the game.
Chloe's shaking her head. She doesn't like the length on that one.
Well, yeah, pretty loose end here from Chloe, and it's a chance for Talara to pounce again.
So just in relation to this, you're talking about the thought process, just a couple of things. I know Chloe's 18-6 in front, but it seems that when she wants to capitalise it after winning her end, she hasn't stayed with the same length that she scored on previously. She's tried to adjust it, and a couple of times is when she's been a bit loose with her 4 bowls.
Well, Talara, Talara won't be pleased with that one, but it's going to be, we favoured at least 2 shots here to Talara Edwards.
Having a look here. It's hard to tell there. The old camera's shaking. We've had a bit of shaking up our way in the last week or two up at
Confirmed
up
2 by Mandy.
So 2. 18-8.
No, look, this has been very massively impressive from Talara. She hasn't been overawed. She hasn't been overwhelmed. This would be her first time ever being live streamed, I would expect. I can't think of an instance where she's been streamed in a junior event. So for her to be on the live stream, on these pictures here, international coverage.
International coverage. You're watching from South Africa and USA, I noticed. So checking out your form, Talara and Chloe, they are.
Talara's just been chipping away, hasn't she?
Chipping away.
Just 2 here, 2 there.
And she's kept them honest. I mean, like a goal you should set yourself, especially, when you're down significantly, 12-0 is maybe my goal is to get to double figures before, they get to 20 and things like that. You set yourself little goals.
Oh, she's got a toucher on the first roll.
Well, that's
win next 3 ends before they score again. Things like that. Just simple little things.
a little bit fortunate.
Just set yourself little goals.
But yeah, I think you're exactly right, and she would have had her own goals coming into this event, and I'm sure the ACT junior coach Maddie Stiles would have spoken to her about what she'd want to achieve, and it's a great hit out for both our junior representatives here, Talara and Toby Penyu, before they go away in October to the Nationals, to come and play on a quick surface against some high quality opposition. When they go match it with the best of the juniors from around the country.
Chloe not happy with that one again when we see Talara roll in.
So Nick,
second.
Sorry, Huxley. Nick, if you don't mind, who put the field together?
So the invitational singles, it being a relatively new concept, this is only the 3rd edition. So it's something that a task to the Bowls ACT Board of Directors, and they we had Ruth Moore, in fact, who is playing in the field, who's on the board. She worked alongside me and the board to assemble a field, and in the end we had about 10 names that we thought should be granted automatic qualification based on how they finished last year, or that they've won certain events to be given that opportunity. And then there was about 6 discretionary spots, and we looked at player rankings and all sorts of, there was a number of metrics, but where it's come to is that we feel as though we've got a great balance between men, between women, between juniors,
seniors,
and having and seniors and para players as well. We've got representatives from all our squads, and it's a really unique format which gives our region's best a chance to shine on what is, and they're all going to it with their eyes open. It's not like there was an open draw done for this. I picked the games.
Yeah. What I was going to say to you, just asking the question, was kudos to you, mate, for, like you just mentioned, about giving these people an opportunity to play against quality players and to put the field and to do it the way you've done it. Rather than just take first in, best dressed in an entry format, to do it the way you've done it. Hats off to you, mate. So
no, thank you, Tony.
Yeah, it's a good concept.
No, well, I think the credit goes to former president Matt Stiles, who's
you don't sell yourself short, Nick.
who was the one who brought the concept to life. But it's something that in the past 3 years now has been growing in profile. And by having your support with the live streaming, as we see Talara slides past, she gets a second shot. Well done, Talara Edwards.
And once again on the ditch side of the green, she has, even though she's down 18-8, has nailed that side of the green.
And he confirms too.
So as you can see, viewers, look how windy it is. Those cameras are weighted down quite significantly, and they're still blowing away. Now, Chloe's having a bit of a look at it.
I think she's trying to attack.
Her on the side. I think she's trying to attack. She's going to miss it.
Oh.
Great effort.
That's a very confident shot, though, because if Chloe got rid of that front bowl of hers, all of a sudden it could have been 4 down again. So
she's only, is it 2 or 3? It's only 2. I believe it's only 2. We'll wait till our marker indicates.
Oh, I've got that on my scorecard already.
Well, I'll take your word for it, Nick.
Look, I've never been wrong before when I've been commentating. Nobody go back and listen to me at the Australian Open. But it's another great effort from Chloe there to go so close.
18-10. So there's that. Let's tick off that first little goal. After being down 12-0, you could have thought to yourself, I'll get to double figures before they get to 20. So tick that one off. She's now got to 10. She's outscored Chloe Morrison 10-6.
In a high-scoring game, it's all sword and no shield here. I mean, we've seen 3s, 4s,
it's a good analogy,
lots of 2s.
I like it.
Huxley likes it.
Yeah. Oh, there's that.
Man with the coolest name in bowls.
There'll be plenty of those. Plenty of those now, sport. Now that's gone too short.
Yeah, it has gone short. Actually, I thought that when she rolled it, I thought, oh no, it doesn't look like it's going to make the distance, and they were both conceded it. So.
Well, we saw in the last game with Harvey McAllister rolling the jack into the ditch, that was a crucial, costly end in which he dropped 4 shots. Now, Talara's done, well, it's the same outcome. She hasn't rolled the jack into the ditch, but has rolled the jack too short. Both of those see the opponent, in this case Chloe Morrison, set the length. Talara will still roll first. Mandy parks up on the line. The line's easy to see from this angle.
It's the light blue ones. Yeah. The glare on the carpet.
Yeah, it's coming back in the other direction. Is extremely difficult.
When the sun's behind us, it looks very easy.
Anyway, we've got 18-10 Chloe Morrison over Talara Edwards here. The star against the up-and-comer. And the up-and-comer, she hasn't disgraced herself. Being down 12-0, has fought back to 18-10. Stayed predominantly on the same side of the green. Has nailed that side of the green. Obviously, she's got a bit of a loose start with this one. But
Chloe just taking
will she force Chloe to play that? Chloe hardly has played that side of the green.
Yeah.
Maybe she's forced her hand. She's thinking, well, no, hello. She's watching the game and her thought process, she thinks, well, Talara's nailing this. I might go with her.
Now, around the rinks, so next door, Mac McLean is playing Richard Lawson, both first-round winners. Mac 15 leads Richard 8. Jamie Smith who was a first-round winner, is playing Dan Hartwell, who fell to last year's winner Chucky Charker. And Jamie Smith is up 23-3.
Wow.
Although Dan's measuring for a few.
Sorry, Nick. Who was last year's winner? Chucky who?
Gary Chucky Charker.
Chucky Charker.
They call him. So,
right.
So Gary Charker, yes.
I think that's a cooler name.
Is
no, it's no way.
the Huxley Wallace.
No way in the world.
So he's playing Marg Bacchetto on rink 5, which is on this rink. So Marg has been a long time female star, and it's 10 all over there. So Chucky's being made to work hard today.
I did watch Marg play in the Champion of Champions over at Queanbeyan RSL.
Yes, so she was in that final against Chloe.
Was it the final?
Or was
No,
it the
it
semi-final?
was the semi-final.
The semi-final,
Yeah,
perhaps.
she got beat in the semi-final.
But yes, no, a very accomplished player, Marg Bacchetto, and great to have her in her first run this year. It's interesting. We've had a really diverse field over the years. There's only a couple of players who've had multiple attempts, and Sharon Steele, who was on the rink next door before, she's her and Gary Charker are the only two players who've played in every edition of this event so far. Gary Charker was the runner-up the first year, and then won in 2023.
So, Nick, what's the perception of expanding the field? Obviously, you can take 24 players.
Well, there is opportunities, yes. So potentially to take a few more, have a couple more sections, and then have section winners and next best qualifiers progress, or have 8 sections of in the competition. But for now, we're happy that this is an ACT event. Although we have discussed the opportunity. James Reynolds is here, of course, as an ACT legend, as a sort of a wild card.
Yep.
That there's other people from around the region who, very high-profile players. Michael Wilkes, of course, at Merimbula.
Yep.
For an example, and there's some great players in the Illawarra, easy for you to say, the Illawarra region. So,
Chloe.
we could expand the field, but for now, we're watching some good games here and watching Chloe pick up 3 shots, we reckon.
I think it's 3 for sure, mate. Yep. You, the gentleman that I had the absolute pleasure of witnessing win the Champion Signals,
Hayden Ward.
Hayden Ward. He's not here, I notice.
No, so Hayden has had other commitments, but he was on our reserve list,
Right.
and but we didn't quite get down to his name. But there was there's certainly some people who you could say were probably unlucky not to make the field, and Hayden Ward was certainly one.
He certainly put on an exhibition in that Champions. He played well, and was very impressed by how he conducted himself and how he played, and being one of the senior statesmen in the competition. Now this one here looks like it's a little bit shorter, doesn't it?
Well, Chloe's taken the mat all the way back to the tee, and we can see that it's just gone past the 21 metre mark, so maybe 22.5 metres or something. So close to minimum length.
Very close to minimum length.
And this is very different to what we saw the boys doing in the first game, where they were trying to keep the jack further down towards the road and further down towards the south to be more out of the breeze, get that protection from the clubhouse. Chloe might want to see, because Talara has had most success in this direction, so maybe changing it up to
Although
It's not a
throw
bad starter.
Talara off.
Not a bad starter.
with the lighter bowl, with the smaller bowls, it may play into her favour.
Yeah, you would think so. Like we mentioned before, I mean, it's playing on the shorter end with smaller bowls. You've got a lesser distance to travel with a lighter object. So, all things being equal, it should play into.
Chloe would be happy with that line.
Yeah, good shot, Chloe. It should be a bit easier for her, but as we know, those conditions out there are very, very trying. Where do you play, Nick? Jindabyne?
You'll find me at Jindabyne, yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't mean what club. I mean, what are you, a back-end bowler? Are you
I've-
front-end player? Are you one grade up? What are you?
Well, look, we've got. I play on the top side at Jindabyne. I'm very happy to say, because we've only got one.
Which is?
We were grade 4 in New South Wales last
okay.
year, which is about right for our little club.
Fair enough.
Only a very little club, but I had the privilege of skipping last season and had a moderate record. I probably only played about 3 bowls a game, as you suggested.
That's all you need to do, mate. That's all you need to do.
That was look, that was a pleasure. But
If you played 3 bowls a game with moderate success, you must have gone all right, mate.
No, we did okay. So we won our section and then fell at the final hurdle into the zone playoffs, as we see Talara just going to pull up short.
And the wind's got a bit worse, a bit heavy, I think. It's blowing them around a bit. It's hard to tell viewers who's got what, but we can tell you that.
Well, that's Chloe.
Chloe's got two, maybe three.
2 and a measure for sure.
Toucher. Indicated our markers marked it. It's close to 3.
Nothing for short here for Talara.
She's close.
She can turn through her own, get to the jack.
It's
going to slide under.
Oh, unlucky.
Well, if it's 3 shots, the game will continue. It's certainly not 4, so the game will continue for at least one more end.
Chloe's indicating 2, and Mandy confirms 2.
So it's 2, so it takes it to 23-10. Chloe Morrison over Talara Edwards here in round 2 of the Greenline Invitational Singles at Queanbeyan Bowls Club. I'm joined, what's your last name, Huxley?
Wallace.
Wallace. So you could be called Wallace Huxley. That'd be a cool name too, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well...
But we've got Huxley Wallace. Ladies and gentlemen, viewers, if you know anyone in bowls who's got a cooler name than Huxley Wallace, send me a message. I want to know who it is. Nick Hines pretty cool.
No, I've got nothing.
It's funny you say that. I've spoken to a few clients before where they'll go, where'd you get that name from? Is that a family name?
That's cool, mate.
No, just, I don't know. They like it. Parents liked it, I suppose.
Anyway, 23-10 here.
I'll shout out to my friend Luke Gerard Shanahan.
Oh, wow.
French and Irish combination.
Luke Gerard Shanahan.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good one.
Not a bowler though, so that doesn't count.
Okay.
So Chloe here.
Yeah, gets us underway.
Chloe here gets underway. 2 shots required for her to get past Talara Edwards and Chloe to get a win on the board here. She'll have a win and a loss if she can get the next 2 shots here.
Oh, Talara's
Good
got to be
shot,
happy
Talara.
with that. Very happy with that.
Well bowled. So in this section there is the game next door between Mac McLean and Richard Lawson. So that's the other contest in this section. And Mac is currently leading 19 shots to 7, so he's setting himself up well to progress. And Mac will be playing Talara in the final game, so
Right.
based on form, you'd think he's a big chance.
To go through.
Yeah.
So Chloe had a bit of a niggle with her last bowl.
Well, you're probably entitled to when you're up by 13 shots.
Yep.
She might be ready for an early lunch too. There's a few of the staff, well, the staff, a few of the great volunteers here at Queanbeyan Bowls Club are coming in for an early lunch for themselves. And looking around the green, I can't see that there's
not many more coming in yet.
There's a couple of games. Jamie Smith is probably the closest out there. As Chloe's
Chloe's
pushed that
gone a
one
bit-
past as well.
Bit too deep.
Well, the challenge for Chloe is that Talara's got a pretty good toucher there. So even if she does get contact, that bowl's got to go out sort of sideways.
Chloe doesn't have any on the green, did they?
And
So let's see what she does. Once again, that same side of the green, and she gets past that.
If she snuck it
And she
past...
will.
Oh, look at that.
It's good bowls. Well
Locks
done,
it up
Talara.
for 2.
so Chloe's going to go and have a look now because there's probably no value in playing the shot that she has been if you hit it.
No, definitely not.
And in fact, there's a significant risk there if her front bowl was to
Yeah,
go.
and she could drop a 4.
Could drop a 4. So
She's gone over to have a look. As you can see, she's 2 down now, so Talara's holding 2 shots. Has got 4th shot and still 1 to play after Chloe Morrison's bowl. Her
And-
first 2, she's run at them and gone into the ditch.
And Daniel Edwards tells me, who is also a relative of Talara, is telling me that there's a $10 voucher, presumably for the big toucher that she's got there. So Talara might do well when she gets home. $10 voucher's pretty good for a toucher. I'd be rich. Richer than I am now at any rate. I'd have scores more dollars.
Okay, so Chloe's opted to draw on the ditch side of the green. She's just got to get under the green one.
Well,
She's going to be
pacey again, I think.
I think she's gone too long.
She certainly is. So it's going to be 2 at least here to Talara Edwards with a bonus bowl to make a 3 to make it 23-13.
She sticks to the line she got last time, which she's been remarkably consistent.
She only scored 10 in the last game, she was telling me earlier. And she's probably just undercooked this.
Just narrow, but look to pick up a 2 here. That gets it a 12.
So set yourself a goal, Talara. Get to 15 before Chloe scores again. That should be your next goal. Little piece at the time. You're playing against a very good competitor.
Now, I was just saying, so Daniel Edwards has come in a $10 voucher presumably for a toucher. Do you have any good rules that you've ever played with at your club that might be a bit unique, Tony?
I'm trying to think.
I can tell you about a good one at Jindabyne.
Well, I don't know about a rule, but something I've always encouraged the bowling club that I play at, or even Raymond Terrace before the halcyon days, was I always thought that in a recruitment aspect is why don't we clubs say, if you can join our bowling club as a brand new bowler and win the major singles in your first year, we'll give you $10,000.
Well, that's an incentive, and you can insure against that, and you'd probably get a pretty cheap price on your premium. I mean, it's like when little golf courses and they do hole-in-one prize and things. You pay for some insurance against that.
So I reckon you'd see them coming out of the woodwork.
Well,
10 grand if you can win the major singles. Well, obviously there's got to be some fact checking going on.
We might talk to Greenline and see if they want to sponsor a prize like that. 10 grand off. Off Greenline would be good.
I was going to say you get me signing up in a heartbeat. If there's 10k on the line,
you'd be practicing too, I'd reckon.
You would.
You see a good start.
Be down at the Rules Club in Wagga.
Good start from Chloe. We've got one that's probably a little bit more social than that at Jindabyne, where it's probably no longer necessarily right for all clubs, but there was a bunch of young guys who started at my club together about 15 years ago, and they came up with a rule that if you roll the jack and it parks on the line, the skip doesn't have to touch it, the marker doesn't have to touch it, you all go in and have a tequila.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Is that to make sure it doesn't happen again?
It stopped a few blokes in their tracks. Let me tell you. So, yes, that's look. It's one of the sillier ones that goes around, but we've had a lot of fun with that, and have actually done it at a state pennant final, for example.
Look, it's good that we come up with incentives to attract people to play this game.
Whether it's 10 grand or a tequila.
Well, exactly. What we don't need is the continuing of these advertisements on television of retirement villages and them playing bowls. I mean, it's...
Well, we've seen here,
it's just constant. It's become stereotyped, hasn't it?
But we've seen here, the first 2 games, Harvey McAllister aged 18, Flynn early 20s, Chloe mid-20s, and Talara 17.
And we spoke about this. I mean, the average age of the people playing bowls for their country is younger than the Australian cricket side.
Well, it's something, and I mean, Huxley, I'm sure you've been an athlete in many sports, but I say to people that bowls is a young person's game that old people can play.
I must admit, when I came into it originally, I had that stereotype in my mind, but as you actually get exposed to the people playing, you realise that there's a lot of young people that are really making a go of it.
There's the other two, Nick. It's the old person's game that the young person stole.
Well, Chloe is going to have a good look here, because that last bowl,
it's close,
might be good enough to be second shot and keep the game alive.
Could be. Well, she's called her up to have a look.
I think that's going to be 2 shots to Chloe Morrison. So both those 2 at the front of the screen there belong to Chloe, and she wants to have a good look and talk to Talara about, do we shake hands now, or are you going to make me play it?
Let's have a look. Like you said too, just going back on that subject about the younger people playing bowls, and it's fantastic that we have, a lot of young people that play. We have pathways for young people to reach certain heights. I do believe, personally, the missed opportunity in our sport is the retired people from other sports, like cricket, like tennis, like baseball, like soccer, like hockey, like squash. Those are people that are sitting around looking for something to play. Maybe we're just a bit naive. We just don't focus on them enough. But hey, that's food for thought, and there's opportunity for those guys to succeed at this sport as well.
Well,
Talara's just in the camera there, but we can.
well,
Chloe's
done
got one.
enough.
She's done enough.
And that's
She's
the end
got
of the
it.
match.
Well done.
So, even though Talara Edwards blocked our view from that one, Nick, we can say confidently that Chloe Edwards has won the round 2 game, sectional game against Talara Edwards, 25-12.
And look, that was an impressive performance, Tony. I think, Talara, perhaps some nerves, perhaps some challenges with the conditions, but she got off to a really slow start. But for her to get back, it was 12-0 and it finished 25-12. It was only one shot, the difference once Talara got on the board. So for her to compete so well against a player the calibre of Chloe Morrison, as we spoke about, has won everything this year, she can take a lot of positives out of that game. I can take a lot of positives out of the game because it means we get an early lunch. So,
Well, I don't mind saying that even though Talara Edwards, she lost the match, but there's a couple of positives for me that came out of the game is that she was a tenacity on playing the ditch side of the green 99% of the time was very, very good. A very good focus point. Eventually she found her line on that side of the green. And she started to score at will when she found her side of the line. And one of the reasons Chloe got back into the game is when she started following her. Chloe was never in, let's be honest, probably never in doubt of losing it. But when Talara started to make some inroads, Chloe decided to swap over and follow her. And that's a positive. And she stayed on that side of the green. So from a concentration perspective and a tenacity perspective, that is very, very good. And if obviously a coach, that'd be one of the first things I'd be mentioning to her is you take that positive out of the game because you did that with a plume. So congratulations to Chloe Morrison. As Nick said, has had a fantastic year when it comes to playing singles.
yes, so we'll see that as the results come through, do head to the Bowls Link results portal, and you can check all those results as they come through. We're going to finish up now and go and have a bite to eat, and we'll be back. The intention is at about 2:30 for the final round of games this afternoon, where we're going to see Doug Farr up against the world champion James Reynolds. So
Doug
absolute
Farr
treat.
versus James Reynolds. Now that will be a clanger.
Can't wait, mate.
Thank you, Huxley. Thank you,
Thank
Nick. Will you be back for the third game, Huxley?
Absolutely.
And Nick, I don't think I'll be getting rid of him too quick.
No.
He'll be here. So,
Looking forward
boys,
to it.
we'll see you again at around about 1:30.
Sounds good.